Hello everybody, welcome. It's Catherine from Created by Catherine and it's the 4th of December, so day 4 of our December dailies. And out of the jar yesterday we got snowman, candy and canes, and this was by AK Rose. Thank you very much, that's lovely. No crackers today. No, David knows there isn't a cracker today. So I thought I'd get right into it. I'm going to make a snowman. Whether this works is another matter. I've not done this for a long time. So I'm going to do some needle felting. And I just want to point out before I start with this and show you the implements that although I've put the disclaimer on my channel, this is for adults only and it's not for children. For health and safety reasons, this most certainly isn't for children. This is a dry felting needle and you need to be very careful with it even as an adult. Yes, I have stabbed myself a couple of times in the past with that. So this is called dry felting. Because we are not felting it using soapy water, which is like the standard for, I'm not an expert on felting, but I have I have done a couple of felting workshops and made some felt, but by no means am I an expert. And yeah, the old arthritis had set in, I think, now. But let me know if you want to at some time when we get into the new year want me to show you a little bit of wet felting, because it's fun to do, and it's nice to be able to put a little bit in a project or in a journal and say, that bit of felting there, I made it myself. It's really fun. So today I thought we would felt a snowman, so I need to take my glasses off. So I have got some dry felting needles. This is actually 38 gauge, and I do actually have a felting sewing machine that David bought me many Christmases ago. It was a real surprise when I was at college, actually, when I was doing my textile courses. And yeah, you can make some really big pieces with the machine, but generally speaking you don't need a felting machine. So all I've got a pricking mat, because obviously you don't want to be stabbing and felting into your cutting mat or your best surface. Now what I've done here is I've just layered up a bit of wadding just to give it a bit of thickness really to my piece. And because we're doing a white snowman, I thought that I'd get a bit of black felt. I've drawn my snowman on here on this. This is mulberry paper. It's got all fibres in, as you could see. So that in itself would have been a nice effect if you wanted to just make your snowman of that. I have got, you see, sometimes if you see felt like this, well, more often than not as crafters we're used to seeing felt in sheets. Now this is quite see-through, so you'd be, if you went to Hobbycraft and you wanted some sheets of felt, to cut out something, you'd be very disappointed if you end up with this, because I don't know if you can tell, it's quite fibrous and you can see through. So this is different. This is the felting for proper dry felting. You can use the other, but it tends to have had, the sheets that we tend to buy from craft shops has not chemicals, but it's been treated in some way to be able to press it and cut it and stabilize it, whereas this, it doesn't work as good with a dry felting needle because it's quite thick to get through, whereas this is quite fine. Now you don't have to spend a lot. You can just buy a few different bits of wool for felting, and it generally, you might find it on some Etsy sellers. I've had this a long while. I bought it from where I took the course, and it's, you know, a bit like Santa's beard, that. So you could get different colours, and you can buy it in small amounts. So I've just pulled little tufts out of something I might want for his scarf or whatever. And also I might put a little bit of netting on. I don't know, we'll see how we go along. All right then, so just bear in mind. Also you can use a bit of chiffon. I've got a bit in that stuff, so bear in mind I've not done this, not done it for a while, so yeah, it might disintegrate because I've had this wool, I must have had it 15 years. Right, okay, so we've got our snowman there. Actually, I'm going to just pin him. I'm just going to get a couple of flag pins to pin him in place. I'm going to pin him in place so he doesn't, or this doesn't move. Now I think I better pin him down as well. I'm going to get one more. Get one more. I'm going to pin that on an angle like that. I'll tell you what, because I'm going to be working there, let's see where we can stab him there. Okay, so really the trick is not to get too much at once. It's best to do little and often, really. And I've got my needle, and as I say, for health and safety reasons, just be very, very careful with these needles. So I'm just going to get a small amount. I mean, it shouldn't take too long. And I'm going to put that down there. Now then, do I need I'm just... Sorry, I'm going and getting my pins again. That's it, another one should do it. I'm just going to pin this down as I'm felting it. Okay. So, start on here, and basically, you hold it upright and you start stabbing. Keep your fingers well away. Now, I find it actually it's very relaxing. And you know when you've had a hard day and you think, oh, I've had an awful stressful day, you can go, take that, take that, take that, and really give it a good old bash. It's not fast. Doing it this way is not fast, but there's something really nice about it. Now I'm not going to talk too much because I'll end up stabbing my fingers, but I hope you're all right. Hope you had a good day yesterday, managing to get some crafting in. We only get as much. So I'm just going to get this going for you and show you. And you can see it's starting to felt, but you know, it is a slow process, like I say, and you do need to keep adding loads of layers to it. So I'm just going to carry on and do a bit more here, then add a bit more to show you the layering. Then I'll do some off camera because, well, I mean, it's like slow stitching Tuesday, I suppose. We could sit and chat, but while I'm just stabbing this, but it'd make a very long video, and I think everybody in the grandmothers is doing December dailies, and you know, and also in BookTube they do their Vlogmas. It's a nightmare downloading an hour and 20 minutes, an hour and 40 minutes some days to actually download it to YouTube. So yeah, the longer the video, the longer it takes. Okay, so I'm just going to put my thing there so we know where it is at all times for safety. I'm going to just get a bit more, so hopefully you can start to see. It's good, isn't it? It's good. I really like it. Normally I'd do all this in one layer and then layer on the top, but I just want to give you a bit of an idea. It might not take more than 2 layers for this. Okay. I'm just going to pin that down a bit there to hold it in place. And now I'm going to move that to there. Okay. Like meditation, really. You can meditate, you know, while you're doing this. You can sort of be unwinding, relaxing and putting all worrying thoughts out of your mind while you are stabbing away at this. Now you have to have layers underneath to felt it too, otherwise it doesn't work. Right, okay, can you see now how that's starting to felt? Just let me bring it up a bit, see if you can see that. There, it's starting to felt in. I mean, by all means that's not secure enough. But I'm going to come back later when I've done some more, and yeah, I'll see you in a little while. Okay then, so I've done quite a bit more of its body now, and I've just got some small pieces of black. This is where you've got to be careful because you're dealing with a little bit, just pretending you're chopping vegetables with your
mandolin.
Yeah, sharpest thing ever. And we're gonna, now to get your size, obviously you're trying to get it in proportion. It looks more like a ghost, doesn't it, than a snowman at the minute. You're drawing on yourself, so out and in, so that you're drawing the felt into your shape, and you're also making it smaller. And you see, we're making it smaller. So the same with this. You're just drawing it in to get your pattern, and that's all I did with like the head. You draw it in and stab a bit if you want to get the shape better. Just stabbing this down a bit, it's getting in the way. So we'll just felt a bit of that black out there. So we've got a bit of a flatter surface to work with. Now that one's cutting off. It's a little bit of that. A bit of that mulberry paper, which we don't need. Okay then, so draw in, till we think they look about right, don't they? If we're happy with the size and shape. So don't over felt it until you're happy with, you know, if you're just doing a random piece of felt that just coloured, it doesn't matter. But if you're doing a shape, then, you know, before you really felt it in, make sure that you're happy with the shape and size. So I can't tell so much here, so I'm going to just felt a bit more. It needs a bit more on that, doesn't it? I'll put it that way and then I'm not going to stab myself. So there isn't quite enough there on its head, is there? So I'm going to do a bit more round there, and draw in to get your shape. You don't want it to look as if too much like you've just put a blob on there and just put, you know, that's why you have to felt it. You don't want it to not go with the rest of it. You don't want too many different thickness levels. Now, that will go there. Don't know, I'm trying to think what colour hat we can give him. It's decided he's a boy snowman because I can't felt eyelashes. So I'm hoping you're getting some inspiration from me doing these December dailies. I know we're only on number 4, but I hope it's sort of, you're getting some new ideas and learning some new skills, really. Now, I'm spreading that out because I don't want it to just look like we've done a swirly whirly around his head. I don't want it too thick there because I'm going to put him his scarf on. I'm going to take that round there. And I have to keep stopping to have a bit of a rest because it does make your arm ache. David's had a little go, he's never done it before, so he's been having a little go with it. Save my arms. I said, can you come and save my arms a minute? They're hurting. Right, he's a bit thin there. He's a bit thin in that section. So, don't want too much. The trouble is you end up with wool stuck everywhere, don't you, like you do your fibres. Right, I'm just going to okay. I mean, I won't have the time, as much time as we've got to spend on doing some of these things, you know, if we were in normal times, because you know, we'd be off down to Nottingham, we'd be off down to what Leicester, you know, we'd be off to see the kids, and we'd be then off down to London to see my dad and my sister and my brother-in-law. And so usually December is busy visiting people. So yeah, I've got more time to devote to doing the December dailies this year, which I'm pleased about. Right, I'm just going to stem that out a bit. Shall we put a bit of a nose on? Smallest bit of a black nose. It's got to be smaller than his eyes, and it only needs to be a skerrick. Little skerrick of black. Oh, crikey. And a little mouth. There he goes, right on cue. He's been lolloping as usual, lolloping over the back of the sofa, hanging over it, trying to get a better look through the window at what's happening. Kids wouldn't have been allowed. They wouldn't have been allowed when they were growing up. We never let the kids climb all over on back of the sofa and do what the dog's allowed to do. Right. Now then, I'm just going to put him a bit of a scarf on. A bit of a green scarf, and then I'll leave you again. To do some more. Right, so I'll just put the scarf on, show you the beginnings of the scarf. I'm going to take it down there, and then I'll carry on doing this and come back to you in a bit. I'll just give you the idea. So as again, wherever you want it to go, you just, to start with, we don't want it too thick, do we? Just bring it in a little bit like that. So bring and stab, making sure your hands are out the way all the time. I'm going to take that up a bit there first before we go out. Just making sure I've felted it enough so it doesn't drop off. I bent my needle trying to get it round that corner. Look, can you see it soon bends? Crikey. Okay, bit more done. He's looking so cute. I love him. Look at him, he's got his little beret on, and I'm doing his scarf. It's still a long way from being felted. You'll find that if it still looks like wool, it's not felted enough. It needs to be really felted in. Let me just show you behind now. That's it, see, I need to pull him off there. Turn that out. Turn that out. Can you see how it's come right through there? So, can you see he's getting felted in there? So he's well on his way. So we'll put that there. There. I'll put my thing on there. So I'm going to move him out of the way a minute. So where he's going to go on here, I've put my number 4 ready. So that was yesterday's, and move that out of the way a minute. As you can see, sorry, I've put my arthritis gloves on, these copper things, because it hurts your wrist doing that. Yeah, so I've done some more colouring on yesterday's. I've not quite finished it. I've put some ribbon on the presents. So that's coming on nicely. So he is going to go either on here or there. Do a bit of background collaging, I think. I've done a number 4. So I put number 3 on yesterday's, and then this one will have number 4 on it. So that's going to be in my Sherwood Forest today. I'll take my glasses off. And then in my fabric chunky one, yeah, we finished yesterday off. I just put some bits in where they were dull and grey all day, and I Skyped my dad yesterday afternoon, and we had a good chat and a bit of a giggle over some old photos we found. And so I've sort of done today's spread because I knew most of the video would be taken up doing the snowman. So I've just done some collaging. As I say, that was from Penny Souther, and collaged it with some, it says snow angels on there. I've done some collaging on this flip because it got Christmas trees on, and I thought, well, I've done a load of Christmas trees already, and with candy canes and snowman. So I did some work on top of that, some collage, and then I've drawn a snowman on top of that. I can take that off now. That should, oh no, it's not. It's still tacky from this morning, goodness. So underneath I've got candies. We call them sweets here in the UK. Candy cane, which we do call them candy canes, and some lollies, lollipops, Wurlitzer lollipops, and candy as in sweets. So I've got the snowman, I've got the candy canes, and I've got candy as in sweets. So I enjoyed the colouring in so much yesterday, I thought we'd have a bit in this book. So this I will colour that in later, and I may have a go at colouring it in with some paint. I've got a little watercolour thing, so I might have a go at that, but I'm not doing it on camera because it'll all mush everywhere. So yeah, fulfilled it in that one. And so I think that will do us for today, because it, like I say, it takes so long to get on the to load it and everything. Took David all, well, 4 hours at least yesterday to do yesterday's, because you're competing with everybody else that's doing it, aren't you? But it doesn't matter, we love doing it, and I love getting a video out there for you. So Mr. Snowman, I will, when he's finished, I'll put a photo in, and carry on felting in for today. I'm going to do a bit more around the black to make sure it's felted, and then I'm going to just go a thin line of snow across the bottom, and I'm really pleased with him. So I'll have a go at that. I mean, obviously if you've not got the proper felting needle, as long as you've got, you know, a spongy mat, you can felt with a pin. They'll probably not last as long before they drop to bits, but you can do it. So give it a go when you've got time. I've forgotten how much I love it. I've not done it for a long time, and I've forgotten how much I really like doing it. So you're going to be getting something felted all the time now. Can you imagine doing a whole cover? I mean, yeah, with my felting machine. I'll also sometime this month bring some of my big boards out the loft that I did at college and show you some of the felting I did at Sherwood Forest. Trees. Sorry, you were doing some funny blowing then. I thought you were having an attack. I didn't know you were messing with dog. Oh, men. Okay.
It's Lynn.
It's Karina. Hello, Karina. So, Karina just put pets down. Well, no, Karina's done 2 lots of suggestions, but she'd put 4 things down. So in there, Karina, in the jar, you've got the 3 that you gave me originally, and then said anything pets. So I thought, well, to make it up, I thought I'd add a couple in to make it 3. So you have got your other main one in there. And don't forget, everybody, you know, still keep sending us suggestions, because we haven't got enough in there yet. So pets, anything to do with pets, and snow and tinsel. So that'll be a good one for tomorrow. So that's great, and thank you for those suggestions, Karina. And yeah, so hope you've enjoyed today's video. Hope you've enjoyed seeing a bit of dry felting, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. As you know, we're a new channel, and yeah, the more the merrier. I want to get to 400 subscribers by the end of this month, which is only 30. It's only 30. I don't think that's too hard a task, and yeah, let everybody know about us out there. So thank you so much. Take care out there. Keep safe. Bye for now.